Hello YouTubers, Tross here, back playing some more Kerbal Space Program. Last time we got back from the moon on our second trip there, and we completed a few different contracts, and we came back and we have 700,000 funds and 578 science. It's night right now. Not really sure what I'm going to do in this episode. I think I'm going to finish up a few odds and ends we have around. We have some loose contracts. Hey, Gene. Atmospheric scans. Picked that up last time. We got this parachute test. Let's see if there's anything else we can complete easily while maybe doing these. Different atmospheric scans. I'm not sure where these are. I know the ones we have aren't too far away. More temperature scans on the moon. Let's see. Measure in flight. Those may not be too difficult, and they seem to pay decently. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take these. So next time we will go back to the moon, it will be moon temperature scanning all around. Plant the flag on the moon. Well, we did that last time, and I'm sure you get these periodically. Test a stack decoupler. That's almost not worth doing. Visual surveys on Kerbin. Again, I wish I knew where these were. Position satellite in a synchronous orbit of Minmus. That actually sounds interesting. Equal tour another satellite. We've done a few of those. Explore Minmus. Explore Duna. Let's close this and quickly. Hopefully, maybe those will. Oh, okay. All right, we are here. Goliath and Goliath. I think these are the ones we have currently, the green ones. If we get these other Goliath ones, I think we can do them all in one trip. These are the Zaltronic, and they're quite a bit further away and will actually take quite a bit of time to do. So I think I'm going to take these other Goliath ones, and we can do those, and then I have that parachute test that we can do. So let's go back. That's atmospheric scans. Pressure. And, that's a decent payout. And it expires real soon now. Let's take that. Alright. So we got atmospheric scans. These are... I think these are the pressure ones that we just took. Hey, they're all related to pressure. Maybe... This we got non-years for. This we have non-years for. This we have a bit over a year, but we're gonna hopefully get that done today. So we need pressure at on the surface. Flight above, below. And one of these are above, below, and then on the surface. So we'll be doing that one last, because it looked like they were all over the ocean. Alright. I think that's all we'll take for now. We'll go here. And we'll load our, let's load this aircraft. Small. It's got 3 parachutes. Has pressure sensors on it. We'll throw some temperature sensors on it as well, I guess. We also have 1 materials bay and 2 goo canisters. We got an antenna so we can broadcast this back if necessary. And it's got 2 canisters of fuel. That all looks pretty good. The weight is before the center of lift. It will move back slightly, but I don't think it will move into the dangerous zone. And the 3 parachutes, I believe, are enough to keep this in, able to parachute down. And while we're here, why don't we just make sure we're good and attach one more there. That should be good. Save that. I don't think we need action groups. Oh, the parachute is in the right group there. We'll put Jebediah. He he needs the experience back. Elzen is almost up to 2 stars. We got 2 pilots, 2 scientists, and 3 engineers. All right, let's do this. Alright, let's put the brakes on first and look at our map. So that is the surface one. All the others are in the air. You kind of get a good feel for them there. This is the closest. I think we'll go here, then here, down here, over to here, and then to the ground one. So let's activate navigation for that. And that's east-northeast. And looks like it's right there. It's not too far. Let's take the brakes off. I think the throttle's okay. Atmospheric scans and atmospheric scans. Which one were we going for? Yeah, this in the surface was the orange ones. We were going for one of these orange ones. Tells, whatever. Let's take off. We'll deal with the rest once we, let's turn on SAS. Let's pull up, and we are in the air. That is the one thing I like about this aircraft. It is super easy to take off. Let's turn towards our target. Kind of like that. Alright, let's quickly... You are Chuck's Discovery, and we have to be pretty high. Over 18.5. So let's pull up. And let's throttle up a bit. Should have put a light on this aircraft. You get a little light there, but hopefully because we're staying near Kerbin, it will be bright enough for YouTube to show up decently. I'm going to fly up to about 12,000 kilometers and slightly level off. I mean, head up slowly from there. That will also allow us to gather speed. I wish there was a target mode, so at least it would tell you how far you were. Alright, we're over 8,000. We're approaching 10,000. Alright, this engine's probably past its most efficient point. Yeah, we're losing thrust. Alright, going over 12,000 now. We just want to level off here. Now the engine loses thrust, but the air gets much less dense, and so we can keep our speed up. Alright, now we're nosing down. We don't want to nose down. Well, we don't want to descend. At this altitude, you kind of have to... Let's, can we adjust the trim? Is that alt? There we go. Trim adjusting. The nose. Alright, we got the nose up there. Alright, we're starting to get close. So I want to keep our altitude up because we're going to have to be over 1850. Adjusting our heading slightly as well. There we go. That's more towards it. Alright, we are entering log pressure data. Oh. Recycle. log pressure data. There we go. Let us broadcast that back. We now want to... This is Millery's Cleft. Which we have to be above 19.3, which we are now in Millery's Cleft. Log pressure data. Broadcast that back. How's our... Yeah, broadcasting takes a lot of power. And we don't have it on battery or anything. So you just have to wait for the engine to generate it. Let us... Next should be here. Nerd's Nexus. It's another high one. And hopefully we have the authority to make this maneuver. With the thinner atmosphere, you're less air for your wings to bite into, so it takes longer. Let's put the thrust up. We are beginning to fall again. Or descend. Alright, not really getting any bite here with the control surfaces. Looks like, oh, there's a little island there. Alright, here we go. We're starting to get some control here. Come on, we gotta turn around and go back. Alright, start to see the edge of the point on our nav ball here. Come on. Turn with me. Not the most maneuverable plane here, but flies real nice in a straight line. Alright, we are just about aimed at the point. We want to get over 19,100. So we are heading up. We are heading back towards the main continent at this point, so... How close are we? We're pretty close, I think. Oh, that was Beta Air 3. Or... Alright, we are over 19.1. Alright. Log pressure data. There we go, we got that. Let's broadcast that. Alright, we now need to get to N8SOF. And this is under 16.9. It's basically directly behind us. So we're going to have to turn around again. And in the process of turning around here, we're going to wind up descending quite a bit. Come on, turn. I know you want to. Let's throttle down. We don't need all this speed. And we can save the fuel. Not that we're going that far, but probably need more control surfaces. These are active and these are active, so you'd think, or maybe those aren't active. Maybe that would help. Alright, there we go. There is the point on the nav ball. We're down at 7,000, and boy, yeah, we can now turn real well. I'd like to be up a bit, closer to 10,000. You can get going faster and save some fuel. So, I'm going to be pulling up here a little bit. Of course, we don't want to go over 16.9 now. How far away are we? We're quite a bit a ways. A little hard to see, but there is Kerbal Space Center. There's the island off the coast that has the abandoned airbase there. And I think that's Minmus. Right above my mouse cursor there. I can see it blinking away. We'll probably go back to the moon once more to get those temperature readings, and then head off on a mission to Minmus, and hopefully we'll have the tech to be able to make multiple stops in different biomes there. We are approaching 12 kilometers up. Let's nose down a bit and throttle up. We can get there quicker, but I don't want to get too much higher. And there we go, we're starting to pick up some speed. Alright, there we go. Log pressure data. Alright. Let us transmit that. So that contract is now completed. We'll now target this, and this is G9HG, which we need to be below 17. turning, hopefully, nearly directly north. It probably will be directly north by the time we turn towards it. Alrighty, it doesn't look like we're heading directly towards it, but... gonna be over this little island here. Just nose up a little to keep our altitude up. Alright, let's take the reading. Not fuel, reading. Log pressure data. There we go. Let's transmit that as well. And we have one more place to go. And this is going to be the hard one. Ooh, come on. Turn with me. We're almost around. I want to get low. I want to be about 500 meters when I pop the parachutes. Because it looks like this is going to be over ocean. I don't want to be drifting down forever. There's the point. I don't see any bit of land. You can see the island there, or at least I can. It may not show up in YouTube. Maybe if I see the island there. We want to head here. Why does it not look like we're heading there? I'm not sure. We should be pointing that way. I see the coast and some mountains over there. I believe that is Kerbal Space Center in the distance. That island looks quite a bit bigger now that we're down lower. Still not sure what's up with that. Need to be going that slow. We can speed up here. We don't really need to worry about fuel at this point. So when we get close, I want to slow down so there's not that much pressure on the parachute cords. but until we get close, we can maintain speed. And we're getting close down to 1,000 meters up. So we're 1,500 about now. Well, close. Now we're getting to 1,500. I wonder if that orbit is taking into account the rotation. That may be the case, the rotation of the planet. Yeah, so this seems like a pretty good descent rate. We're going down a little less than 10 meters a second. Actually, we're getting pretty close, so let's slow down and nose down a bit more. Yeah, level out again when we're, about now. When we get close to 500. Once I pop the parachutes, we're not really going to be able to go anywhere else. That should be low enough. Oh, even lining the surface. Killed the engine, popped the parachutes. How much power will we stay? Sort of. Looks like we will come in nice and slow. Let's put out the gear for I don't know what reason, but nose hit a bit hard, but we are down here. Log the pressure data, and look at that. We completed this. Let's keep the data this time, and we'll just recover the vessel. So we have some atmospheric pressure data from Kerbin's water, and we recovered a vessel from flight. We now have 844 science. We got 93 value because we're relatively close. You just had to send out a boat to pick us up and tow us back in. So we recovered 26,500 funds. Elevon is pretty costly. And parachutes, there was 4 of them. The radial intake. Anyway, we got all that back, and we got Jeb back. So let's, what do we have here? Atmospheric scans on Kerbin. And this area. And that was the one overall mission. And this is the other one. Okay, so we completed that. We now have the other mission we can do, or that I would like to do to get it out of the way because we've had it for a while. Not temperature scans on the moon, but test this parachute in flight over Kerbin. This parachute. Huh. In flight, huh? Speeds from there to there. We're gonna do a plane. Don't do planes too often, so I figure let's do a plane. That's a bit high for a plane, but I think it's doable. Let's use this cockpit. And fuel tanks. Oh, you can make a little stubby plane. Oh, we don't have the dual. There's a back here that has two. Well, we have lots of science, right? I don't even have the the higher altitude engines. We got lots of science. Let's see what that science can get us. Let's head over to R&D labs. And look at this. We got lots of stuff here. High altitude flight. This is 300 science. Ooh. This is 300 science. See, I'd like to unlock this before our next flight back to the moon because the nuclear engines are very efficient and would make really good lander engines and would allow our fuel to go a lot longer. But at least for now, it's gonna suck up 600. We'd still have enough for the... Well, that's gonna be 900. We wouldn't have enough. So we're gonna pick one of these two. These engines would be... this type of engine gives you more max thrust. And it works better at higher altitudes. But I kind of like to put them on this. So you'd have two of them. Also has this longer back adapter. Liquid fuel. We'll make do. We'll take this one and we'll make do. So we'll have enough for this and, well, I think we need this to unlock this if we're going back to the moon next time. So let's just take this one. High altitude flight. We're down to 544. Head back in here. You know what? We're gonna use this new cockpit here. And let's see what we got. we'll stick this on the front, and we'll stick one on the back. Don't want that, we want yeah, these are lighter and they work as air intakes. That looks nice and fancy. And then on that we'll have some air intakes here. And I'm gonna hook these up so that all the fuel is shared between all the tanks. And let's see, we'll put one normal engine on and two turbojet engines. And let's put some landing gear on. Oh, you know what? We need to test parachute. Sorry, normal engine. Parachute is going there. That's what we need to test. Alright, we need some landing gear. And I'm going to disable the brakes. Put two on the back. Something like that. Okay, that's not so good. I guess the engines are heavy. We gotta get our lift way back. Or just move that up a bit. Alright, all my pipes are still there, so that's okay. Come on, you were lining up decently before. No, that's not good. That's just looking really weird. There we go. That looks cool. Maybe something out of Batman if it was all black. Alright, we need a tail plane of some sort. There you go, tail fin. Let's copy that again. Of course, do we want to line up? Okay, these will just be for yaw. These will just be for pitch. These will be for pitch and roll. These will be for roll only. And I don't know why, but I like putting these on as well. He will just be for pitch as well. So putting these on moves our lift back a little. Like to move it forward a little, but alright, let's something like that. Fuel will drain from here, but then it'll drain from here, so I think we'll be pretty balanced on the fuel. I'm gonna move these gear back since our center of mass has moved back, moved up. We've moved the gear up, I should say. Center of mass is basically stay the same. We moved the gear up by moving all the wings up. Alright. Gonna put more parachutes. What's the info on this? 10 tons, 44 parts. Part limit for planes early on is really really tight because you have a lot of parts with all the wings and the elevators and ailerons and stuff like that. Like, this would not have been able to lift off of the basic runway. Too many parts. Right, we want to take this parachute and put it over here. I'm going to fly up to the altitude. I am going to cut the engines, release this parachute. That should count for this contract. Scans. Test the parachute. We should be able to get that speed easily. With a rocket, that speed would be hard. At that altitude, you're usually going more than, or you're at least close to going over 500. Because once you pass 10 or 12,000, you start at 10 or 12 kilometers. Say you start picking up speed really quickly, so you're probably over 500 by that altitude. That's why I want to take a jet, because you're losing thrust. So I think we can do this much easier in an aircraft. Being a high flyer, let's save it. And great, Jeb and Bill. So hopefully once we do the parachute, we will either be able to cut it, which I believe is one of the possibilities, or if not, we'll open all the other parachutes, which we have 7 additional ones. Mark 25, that is the Mark 25. Let's put some lights on this. So, we'll put a pair of lights. Facing forward there. And, sure why that is all. Let's get a new one. Why are you strangely angled? There we go. Put a pair of lights on the wingtips. That should light up most of the craft. Alright, let's fly this, because we're getting close to the end of the video here. Okay, we didn't explode right away. That's a good thing. Let's turn on the lights. Oh. Let's leave the throttle where it is and just turn the engines on. And hopefully this flies well. Alright, we are already off the ground. I gotta keep that pulling back. Engines don't really produce that much thrust until you get high, but that is what we are attempting to do. Oh, come on. Nice big wings, so we got a lot of lift here. Let's throttle up some. Let's turn on SAS, because you're not exactly the most stable craft here. There, that's a little better, I guess. Alright, we are picking up altitude, and we are picking up speed. Basically gonna get to 23 kilometers, cut the engines, and stage. Assuming we're traveling the right speed, but we're almost up to the speed already, and we're just gonna get faster as the atmosphere thins and we get higher, and these produce more thrust. In fact, they're only producing about, a little over half the thrust that they can. And yeah, we are in the speed range now. Climbing's pretty good, I think. We are way over the speed. Breaking some speed records here, I think. How fast can this? Oh, there. Oh, there we go. One flamed out. All right, gonna wait until the speed. Oh, we are gonna altitude out as well. Look at that. We are basically out of control right now. The engines are now completely off. We're still going up. We're going to hit 44 according to this. On the way down, we should be able to... There we are. Back. Under, hopefully, normal flight conditions. Alright, we are coming down. Hopefully, keeping our nose up, we will hopefully we'll slow down, but we are in the really thin part of the atmosphere right now, so hopefully once we get into the somewhat thicker part of the atmosphere, we will begin to slow down. We need to lose a little over 100 meters per second. But we are actually gaining speed as of right now. Alright, we are entering the thicker part of the atmosphere. And we're still picking up speed. That does not bode well. We'll probably have to climb back up again. Ooh, alright. We got too far off of our... Turn the engines on. Turn into the... Can we pick control back up? There, hold that. Alright, lift up, nose up. Alright, we have regained control. Nose back up here. We're gonna throttle down to about half when we get up to about 15 kilometers, so we don't exceed the speed, and we will perform the test. Yeah. The reason doing this with the aircraft is you can do retries like that if you're going too fast. Relatively easy, you've got plenty of fuel left. And you recover the whole ship instead of dropping off stages, so it's not nearly as costly as making a rocket. Alright, we are gonna throttle back here. Alright. I want to stay about 400. That should also keep us stable for a longer period of time. So you don't run the risk of burning out as easily. Alright, look at that. Here we go. 22 kilometers. 23 kilometers, cutting the engines. We are all green staging. Alright, we have done that. We can cut the parachute. Put the throttle back up. Can we target Kerbal Space Center? We are heading north and away. Nose down, nose down. Don't want to let that get away from us again. Gonna try flying back. Or not. You know, I don't think this plane flies very well. It got the mission accomplished. I wish I didn't cut that parachute. Alright, we are spinning out of control. These guys will pull through. 5,000, let's... pop the parachutes. And there we go. Bit on the quick side, but hoping I can... Well, can't really tilt. If we had the one more parachute in the back, hoping to put it on the gears. Let's turn off SAS. Let's turn off the lights. Maybe we can use the engines. Looks like it's helping a bit. Yeah, we're down to under 5. Cut the engines, put on the brakes. Not what I would call a standard landing, but we made it down. And nothing broke. Let's recover the vessel. We're over at 900,000 funds. We have 604 science. We got 34,000 funds back from that. And the crew gained no XP, but that wasn't really the point. We got little mission and 60 XP science from that. A little bit of funds, a little bit of reputation. And so that's going to be this episode of Kerbal Space Program. Maybe next time we will unlock the nuclear engines that are really efficient. So we'll basically be giving us twice as much fuel when we have them. And hopefully that will allow us to land a few times or make a few passes over different locations on the moon. So we can do those surveys that we have contracts for. That'll be next time, and I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching this episode of Kerbal Space Program.